Hey, what is going on, everybody? ScottDogGaming here. Thank you very much for joining us. As you can see, I'm doing a bit of a different Let's Try today. Normally when I do a Let's Try, I put a game on and I've never played it before, and I just show you my first look at it and hopefully your first look at it, and we all figure out the game together. This time round, I've played this game for a few hours, actually. I've been enjoying myself with it. It's called New Star Manager, so it's a football game if you couldn't get that from the picture right in front of you right now. It's a bit different to Football Manager. It feels much more like a mobile game than an actual PC game. But I wanted to play some of this, first off, because it's an easy game to play and just kind of chill with. But secondly, I thought it would be better to look in mid-season, see what's going on, than right at the start where we're still learning what's happening. So let's take a look at what we've got. First things first, let's have a look around some of these options. We've got a piece of news. So Stokes has graduated from our academy and is available for selection for the first team. So we can go and have a look at Stokes. Stokes is a 17-year-old left back with a bronze rating of 31. There are different ratings, so I think it goes bronze, silver, gold, maybe then platinum, I'm not sure. He's got potential rating of 41. He's happy at the moment with a contract of 80 matches and has a value of 0. And these are his stats down the bottom here. So we can improve some of these if we really wanted to. Obviously, we can offer him a new contract. We can try and sell him. There's a few other bits and pieces we can do. But that's our mail sorted. We've got a couple of things up here. We've got some criteria to do for our board, which I'll show you in a second if we ever get to that point. But then there's a few other things we can look at. We can obviously look down here at the league and see how we're doing. I think we're third at the moment, which isn't too bad. As you can see, my form isn't great, considering Tranmere and Cheltenham have won pretty much all of their last few games. So we can have a look at that. We can have a look at our squad. So our squad is where all of our players currently sit. Obviously, the new player that we just got is down here, Stokes. We've got one player who's injured. We've got a few players along the top here who are desperate for a game. Some of these will be happy, some of these will be sad. That's one thing I'd like to see changed. Can't quite see their moods from these. If I click on it, however, and go to concerns, you can see that he's very upset with my management because I'm not playing him. Whereas this guy, less upset about things because he is playing and because I've been improving his skills. So there's a couple of ways that we can do that. A couple of ways that we can try and keep people happy. A couple of ways that we can improve players. So to keep people happy, generally play them. That's the only real option to do it. However, you can also develop their skills by training them. And to do that, they use a system in this game called cards. So I haven't got many cards at the moment because I just used them. But as you can see down the bottom here, we've got energy cards. This will recover our energy. So we can see along this list that Amos has maybe got one little square missing. If I use this energy drink, which also has one square, he'll recover that square and be ready to go again. So that's kind of the energy side. We don't need to do too much. We've got treatment. So we've got treatment over here. As you can see, we've got Launders over here who is injured. Whoops. Got Launders over here who is injured. So if I go into my treatment, I can go and find Launders. Use a card on him. He is now back to fitness. Now I could also go to Launders and grab one of these, and he's good to go. What I'm going to do is ask my assistant to pick the team. He'll put Launders in because Launders is higher rated than a lot of my other players, and we're ready to play our next match. Let's have a little look at a few other things. We've got some staff. As you can see, we've got a skills coach, a fitness coach, a youth coach, etc. If I click on one of these, we've got cards that can be used potentially for these. I don't have any at the moment, but you'd increase their rating over here as well. Or you can offer them contracts and so on and so forth. Now, you don't have to offer them contracts using cards. You can do it with renewing contracts down here, but this guy's got 103 matches left on his contract. I don't need to offer him anything right now. He's recovered from injury. That's good news. And then we've got our club details. This tells us the happiness of the ratings of the people we need to keep pleased. So the board are a little bit unsatisfied at the moment. The sponsors are getting there. The press are curious about us, and the fans are quite happy. I mean, we did get promoted last season, so the fans are relatively happy. You can adjust our prices in this menu. I don't know if that would be wise or not. Then, at the end of each match, there's some things that happen. So we've got a dilemma down here. If I click on this, we can either get 2 cards and improve squad happiness, what happens on tour, or organise a trip abroad, or we can get 3 cards with a fitness guru. So we're then going to improve our fitness. We'll be able to improve players. I don't think there's a lot in these, to be honest. I'm going to go with this. We'll get the 3 cards, so let's continue. What do we get? pace, strength, and energy. So now if I go back to my squad very quickly, we can say, okay, we've got some players that we can improve here. Who do we want to improve? Now, there's a couple of things we can do. If I click on one, you can see he's got a trait. I'll come to those in a second, but we can see that his rating's 32 and his potential is 47, whereas this guy's 36 and his potential is 50. So it makes sense for us to think about improving this guy. So down the bottom here, you can see his pace is 9 out of 13. If I use this card, you can see that his pace is now increased to 10 out of 13. However, it did use the energy that we had over here. I'm going to guess I can't use this strength card. I can use this strength card. So there we go. We've used all of his energy, but now he's 38 out of 50 and his strength and his pace have gone up. We don't need him for this game, so I'm going to swap him out for you. And we're ready to go, I think. We're good to get going. We've got a tip. Buying a free agent player is cheaper than buying directly from another club. Thank you very much. Now you can do that by using your scout. And each one of these things that we were looking at generally has a cooldown. So cooldown facility upgrade for a cooldown of 2, cooldown of 7 because we've just had that youth player, cooldown of 2, cooldown of 2. At the end of each one of these, you'll get a new card. Cooldown increase back to something that it was originally. Last thing I want to show you on this menu is this stuff here. So we've got our stadium. So I click on the pitch, you can see that I've got 51 grand in the bank. If I could build more seats, I could build £40,000 worth of more seats to increase our income from games. I can do that in several locations, but I'm not going to. Next, I could reduce the cooldown of my bronze skill cards, 45 grand, in our training ground. That means we're going to get better skills quicker. Reduce the cooldown on our bronze fitness cards, which I can't do quite yet because I can't afford it. Youth Academy, reduce the cooldown for silver quality players. It's a lot of money, but that means we're going to get better younger players, which means we can hopefully sell them and we can play them. We can view the traits of in other squads to increase our maximum healing to 3. And then reduce the scout cooldown, etc. So lots of little things that you can do in this area to improve your football team. You can't do too much too soon. Let's move on to a match. So I'm going to click match down here. Isaac feels like he's stagnating. He never learns anything in training. And that's one thing you've got to try and keep your eye on. We could have potentially have given that to Isaac. In fact, he was the player that we looked at and didn't give it to because his potential is 3 less. But now you can see that he is starting to get annoyed that his development isn't high. That means he probably won't renew a contract with us. So he's kind of managing both those things. And if I go and have a look at him, we can see his contract length is 60. So we need to keep on top of that just to try and keep people happy. And as you can see down here, players' happiness could be improved. So we're going to go into a game. We're playing Northampton away. We are in League 2. I have played the first season and we got promoted. But this season's been, we're third, so it's not gone too bad. But it has been a little bit ropey. Okay, so we can have a look at their formation. They're playing a 4-4-2, slightly more attacking than us. Going to increase our work rate, so we play a little bit more sort of quick into the ball. And there we have the ball. So there's a couple of things I can do. I can pull backwards and hold the button, which would make me run. I can look at passing by clicking on any of these players. I can pass into space by clicking anywhere near here. I can see that I could pass to this player. I could pass to this player. This player's offside. I could probably get the ball to this player. Never going to get it here, but I'm going to pass it just inside here, like so. Now, is this player now onside? It looks like he is. You can... How do I do this? I can rotate... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I can rotate the mouse. There we go. We can see that this dude is onside. I can make him run by dragging the ball this way, and I can play it in front of him by clicking here. Here we go. He's in. Now, if I pull backwards all the way down, I'm going to start running, but I don't want to do that. I just want to shoot. Click where you want to hit the ball. Straight off the bat, we're in and we've scored. So this is, I quite like this. Everything is done with the mouse, first of all. You don't touch any other key. And it's just around sort of figuring out the best way to goal, pretty much. Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's harder. So look, this is the running with the ball. I'll show you this first of all. If I bring it back down to nothing, I stop and everybody else stops. And then I can pass it inside to this dude. I've given it away. That is not ideal. Now I do get a retry option over here. Not going to do that. We're just going to go. Northampton could get caught on the break bias, which is nice. Okay, let's get moving. We're going to run with the ball. I'm going to pass it inside, and I'm going to try and pass it inside again badly. Now we can tackle and get the ball back. Oh, what are we doing? We're not very good right now. Okay. And this is showing us that some of our players don't like each other. Some of them don't get on. Some of them could be better communicating with each other. It's a yellow card. Okay, we've got it in our own half. Let's play it forward and see if we can get away from them. Come back on side, dude. Come back on side. Keeper's coming out. We're in. We scored. Nice. Even if that fella did just run offside and stay offside, we managed to get there, square the ball. Keeper committed and then changed his mind, which was a bit silly. We're going to go into the second half. There was a few things we could have done at half time. We're not going to bring on a sub just yet. Now, the good news is we've got quite a big squad, so I can kind of rotate at the moment, but I'm sure that'll change. Let's look at making a few changes. Isaac, you're getting your chance, buddy. On you go. Okay, second half underway. Last few minutes. Nothing's happening. We've seen this one out 2-0. There we go. So game ends. We get some feedback. These guys don't really get along. We overpowered them in midfield. 5 assists for the season. Okay. And we unused our retry, so we got 5 XP. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to take us to this. Now there's a few things that'll happen. It will show us the feedback we get from the board. So they're still unsatisfied. These are still happy. These are curious. These are very happy still. Got a bit of cash from that. And as you can see, we now get these options. So these things are still under cooldown. However, our skills coach isn't, so we can grab a card from here. We've got a tackling skill. Okay. The transfer window is now open. We've got 54k. So we could go and have a little look at that. We've got an interview. Now there's a few things that I suggest looking at before you do an interview. Hone, Shelley, McManaman, Sazonov and Loughton. Okay. And can I see who my... How do I see who my top goal scorer and stuff are? Here we go. Top scorer is Spicer. Top assists is Spicer. Okay, let's do the interview. Pressure question. What level is your training ground? I think it's 3. It's not 3, it's 2. Crap. If I'd have got that right, I'd have got 2 cards, I think, instead. Everybody gets a bit disappointed that I don't know anything about the football club I work at. So that was a bit shit. So that's done. Boss is taking a while to produce bronze players. If we can improve the training ground. We could go up here and have a look at players. So these are all the players that are interested in. As you can see, some of them very expensive. Some of them really cheap, some of them really crap. So I can go to ratings and I can say silver and then filter by price. And as you can see, all of the ones here are really old. So where we can just about afford them, they're all well in their 30s. Now I could go back to bronze and get a player, but I don't really need one at this moment in time. I can always wait for my scout to go and find somebody. So I'm going to hold off. But that's how you find players. You don't get to see their potential. So, and then lastly, we've got this: win the match against Sutton and win a match by 4 clear goals to improve our setup. We have an offer for Fothergill. Let's check this offer. He's 22, transfer. He doesn't like Spicer. I'm going to accept it. I could have put him up for auction, but I'm going to accept it. We've got some centre halves. I could do with some more, I think, because now I've only got one. But I could potentially get a card that moves one of these into the centre, and that will help. Players energy could be better. Let's do this. Perfect. And let's go into the next match. Now, I could try and sell someone as well. Like, I'm tempted to try and sell Amos because he's worth 240 grand. But we're going to do an auction. If I start this auction, you'll see how it goes. This green line along the middle is the value, and these are the values that they're offering. So we want to get over 240 grand, really. Which doesn't look like we're going to get. There we go. We're going to take this. 200. Oh, what? I missed it. 270 grand we got offered there, and I didn't take it. His value has just gone down considerably. That's bad news. Okay. Let's just keep going. We've got him for a long, long time on a contract, so I'm not too worried about it. But if we can get 300 grand in for a player, that sounds like a deal to me. So we've got a couple of things. We've got to try and beat a team by 4 goals. Can we do it? I mean, it sometimes this game feels really easy, and sometimes just no matter what you try, it doesn't go for you. Just going to increase the work rate. Okay, 40 minutes gone. Nothing happened. Free kick to us. Free kicks are quite tough in this game because this player always runs behind the wall. Oh. And I always kick it to him when he gets tackled. They've got a corner. Good save, Ahmed. Glad he hasn't taken his attempted sail to heart. Let's keep going, boys. They have a chance. Watson didn't read it. Good reactions from Ahmed. You can see his rating over here at 8.4. He's head and shoulders better than anyone else in our team. Let's try and get the ball forward. We have a chance to move the ball forward. This could be our only chance of the game, really. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Let's retry. That could have gone better. Didn't mean to do that. Let's play this ball over here. Then to you. Can we do this? Is this going to work? Kind of. I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze it in that gap, mind you. Oh, good save by the keeps. Get out there. Can I run them? I can. We've got a corner. Okay. Corners aren't my strong suit. Now, we can spin the camera around. I don't think I showed that earlier, so I'm going to spin it around here and I get you to run in. I'm going to fire the ball here and miss everybody. I'm going to turn the camera around again, really. Can I fire this into that far corner, do you reckon? Oh, I can. Beautiful. I like it. It's a good late goal for us, that one. Going to go counter-attacking. They're crossing the ball in. Can we defend? Oh, no. No, we can't. Okay. 1-1. 4 minutes to go. They're in again. Game over. We drew that one. And that's pretty much the game. I have to say, I've found this weirdly addictive and very easy just to sit down and play for a few hours without really thinking about too much. And I've quite enjoyed it. As you can see, that was a home game. We got quite a lot of money for that one, so we're up to 80 grand. Now, we've got a few more chances. We're going to add a player to our scouting list. 41 striker. So let's go over and have a little look at our scouted players. Now, generally, these are free agents. Super sub often gets a chance after coming on as a sub. So this looks quite interesting. It's going to cost us 30 grand. Let's offer a contract to him on a bit more cash. He's 24. Let's do it. Now, we get a chance to gamble. If I go lower than an 8 and it's lower, it's going to bring this value down. I'll agree there. So we're going to take it for 46k with a big contract. Got a lot of strikers at our club, so we're going to go and sell some. Isaac's in a bit of a moany mood, so let's get rid of him, I think. 21k. Let's auction Isaac. See if we can get more than 21k. So generally when they auction for very a little bit less than their market value. We'll not worry about that. I could potentially try and sell Herald as the player we just brought. He's quite cheap. We'll just see what happens. We're in the transfer window, so it's not the end of the world. This is our young striker, am I right? We want to reject this one. Incident. There's been an incident. Amos mistraining. Cash fine. He's very unhappy, but you know what? You deserved it. Let's play one more game, and then we'll call it here. But I just wanted to show you this. If you want to see a series starting from afresh, then let me know. But if you're looking for a game to pick up, it's in the Steam sale. I don't know if this video is going out before the end of the Steam sale or not. I'll try and put it out prior to that. So in the Steam sale, it's £7.74 with 50% off. So you know we're talking double that if we're not in the Steam sale at least. So by all means, go and pick it up if you like the look of it. It's an easier game to pick up and play than Football Manager. It obviously doesn't have anywhere near the complications and the level of detail as Football Manager, but it is a fun little game. We're in. And try and squeeze it in the near post. Nice. Good work, me. It's just one of those casual games. I like it. So, and I think if it is on the on mobile, it's probably a little bit more fiddly, actually, weirdly, than playing with a mouse. There goes Spicer. He's been fouled. Free kicks, not easy. Not easy at all. Ooh, I think it's the first one I've ever got on target. What was that? I didn't aim it there. Okay, so you get this retry. If you don't use the retry, you get 5 XP more. If you do use it, obviously you get to restart an attack from a place. I should have been bringing on that dude as a sub. You remember, he's a super sub. There goes Spicer, cutting inside. Over the bar. Let's try our retry again. I think there's better times to pick and choose your retry, but let's do it. Oh, come on. God damn it. Okay. I want to go attacking. Stoneman with a weak tackle. Well done, Ahmed. Off his line quickly. Picton. Now, youth players tend to take a bit more time to get used to the game and generally make mistakes. Going to score again. Oh, God. You want us to attack. Okay, we can do that. Let's try and go direct, see if we get anything else out of this. No, they're in again. Oh, God, here they come. Well done, Ahmed. Direct ball. Okay, we're going to do that. That isn't what I was hoping for. Jeez. Do you mind? Oh, come on. See if we can get a better angle at this shot here. So red, I think, means that you could be a harder chance. Oh, come on. Get to header that back in. Jeez. Penalty! Nice. That was a rash challenge. Oh, you don't save those. Right in the bottom corner. Anything in the last few seconds? No. Disappointing. Another defeat in this season. Not good. But there you go. This is New Star Manager. I have had a lot of fun with this. It's just an easy, chill game. If you like the look of it, please go and check it out. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more of this, then let me know. Maybe we'll start afresh from the very beginning. But please hit the like button, subscribe button, follow us on Twitter at ScottDogGaming. See you again soon. Thank you.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no